Behind me, we have my Stealth. Has a O2 sensor code that popped up, so we're gonna look into that. It's a 93 non-turbo model. This is a very simple job. All you need is a 7/8 wrench, a Phillips screwdriver, and an O2 sensor, obviously. I went with NTK, which is a reputable brand. I got an NTK 23559, like $50 on Rock Auto, I think. So pretty good deal for a O2 sensor, I think. I'm not sure whether that's like, I don't know how the O2 sensors work on this old of a car. It's a OBD1. It only has one O2 sensor, as far as I'm aware, unless the other two were deleted. But from my knowledge of working on cars, usually you have one after the 3 collector comes together on bank 1, another one after the 3 collector goes together on bank 2. I think it's bank 1, bank 2. And then you have another one after the cat. But this looks like there's only one after where the cat would be. The cat was deleted. So let's take a look where it's at. So you're going to want to find this screw right here. And that's how we're going to take this little trim piece off. Yours might have more screws. This is the only one mine has on it. That's where it goes. That's the little hole. If you follow that hole to see where it's plugged in. Plug's right here. I unplugged it. So now that we've unplugged it, let's go take the old one off. So I'm going to use our 7/8 standard wrench. And we're going to go under the car here. Here's where we're at. This is aftermarket exhaust system. But you should be able to see where this comes out of the unibody, or the trans tunnel. If you see mine, I have some damaged wires. If your wires are broken like that, and you can see the wires, that's not good. So we're gonna replace this, because the new O2 sensor comes with this plastic bung. So I'm gonna manhandle it off. I took a flat screwdriver and just pry. You can see my little pry marks. The new O2 sensor should come with another one of these rubber bushings. So now, let's take our 7/8 wrench and loosen this O2 sensor. There we go. A little love is all. All right, there's the old one. Oh yeah, that wiring is not happy. So, got the old one there, and let's throw the new one on. It's always a good idea to use some of that copper anti-seize on the threads. Because if you ever go to take this off, say, I don't know, 5, 10 years in the future, it's going to be a pain in the butt. 2 hands for this to tighten it back on. Careful about sensor wire. So not too tight, but not too loose, right? You want to make sure that's not going to come out by any means, but you don't want to destroy the threads. Especially on these older cars where there's some rust on the exhaust just from, you know, running. Now that we have the wire here, we're just going to feed it on through. And this rubber grommet is just going to go on through as well. Make sure even this lip right here got to all the way be in. It'd be a good idea to use a screwdriver and push it in as well. Right. It's seated very well. It's not going to come out. You can see if you pull up the side here, there's an actual lip on the inside. We should be able to see that on the inside as well. Move our tools out from under the car, the O2 sensor, and our indices. All right, as you can see, that's where our wire came up through. We're just gonna plug it into this black wire here. Hear that click, and you're good to set that back in there. Now, let's put our side piece, trim piece back on. All right, we're just gonna position it until we see that hole right there. Throw our screw in it. I only have 2 hands. Here's a Phillips screwdriver. All right, that is back together. Let's go on a test drive. All right, let's see here. How is she gonna run?